So right here it says camels, the history of Saudi national animal. The national animal of Saudi, camels, are native to the Arabian Peninsula and have accompanied Saudis as far as back as time recorded. So the camel is their national animal, you know, of the Saudi Arabia. So in the next clip, you're gonna see. Well, I'm gonna just play.
Mark Collins from the state of Ohio, illustrious noble Brandon Smith. From the state of New Jersey, noble Henry Garden. Potentate, state of Michigan, Cordell Kelly. On the right, ride the white horse. If you want to ride, go ride the white horse.
On the 1st of June, 1893, in the city of Chicago, the degrees of the ancient Arabic order of nobles of the mystic shrine of Masonry were introduced and conferred upon your humble servant by Noble Rofelt Pasha, a deputy and representative from the Grand Council of Arabia. So this is an Arabic guy, you know. See, ancient Arabic order. Oh man, let's keep going. So right here, this is Saudi Arabia's national flag. See, it has a sword. And right here, Genesis 27:40, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and thou shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, thou shalt break the yoke from off his neck. You know, so they were serving, you know, the Israelites. Like I said, under the ruler King David, they had these guys on lock. King Solomon had these guys, you know, subdued. Even in the Maccabees, they had these guys, you know, on lock. You know. But you see, you know, the sword is on their flag. Now let's take a look at this video of Donald Trump going to Saudi Arabia. You know, when he was president, he visited Saudi Arabia.
That's beautiful. That is so beautiful.
This is the war dance.
I can see that. God.
So you see, they dancing with their swords, man, with Donald Trump. You know? Okay. Now let's take a look at this. This is going back to the Shriners, you know, the black Shriners. So you see, they're dancing with the sword. You know, you see those guys in Saudi Arabia has the sword. You know, these guys are supposed to be part of the ancient Arabic order. An Arab guy conferred, you know, those degrees to them. You know, and I showed you in the beginning from that Chicago chapter. You know, you get my drift? I mean, so like I say, man, I mean, these camps, man, you know, they led a lot of people astray, man. You know, 'cause Esau, like I said, Esau's seed is mixed. He mixed with the Canaanites. He mixed with Ishmael. You know, the Horites, the Hittites. You know, and then I believe his sons after mixed with Japhet after. You know, so you know, like I said, it's hard to tell who he is. But like I said in my last video, you know, you're gonna be able to tell because Esau, he loves deception, and these lodges are places where he loved to be. You know, he's against the Most High. You know, and he was a worldly man. He was worldly. He despised the knowledge of the Most High. He didn't want to learn about the Most High. You know, hated his brother. Wanted to kill his brother. You know, he said you're gonna know who he is by the spirit, by the fruits, man. You know. Oh man, and what's going on in these lodges and things like that? You know, a lot of sacrifice, man. The Canaanites were into a lot of, you know, child sacrifices, and they did that. That's what's going on today, man. You know, these guys are sacrifice your ass. You know, just for worldly riches, man. Let's keep going, man. So right here, why does the U.S. depend on Saudi Arabia? The United States is Saudi Arabia's second largest trading partner. And Saudi Arabia is one of the United States' largest trading partners in the Middle East. Saudi Arabia is the third leading source of imported oil for the United States, providing about 500,000 barrels per day of oil to the U.S. market. So, look, man, Saudi Arabia is a real rich country, man. And they have a lot of stake. They have a lot of, you know, money invested in the U.S., you know, and I mean, I don't know, man. How much Saudi Arabia is invested in USA? Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund has invested $7.5 billion in blue chip American companies from Amazon to J.P. Morgan to Chase. The company deploys windfall revenue from high oil prices to diversify its investments. So, like I said, man, they have a lot, you know, a lot of money invested in the USA, man. You know, and now it got me to thinking, man. And I always was thinking about this in Revelation, when it talks about, you see the souls beheaded for those that didn't bow down to the beast and they kept the gospel and the word of Yeshua HaMashiach. And I'm saying, like, Saudi Arabia has a lot invested in the U.S. So, I mean, what if they're really running the show, behind the scenes? But, and when you look at these Shriners, we know that they're against the Most High. We know that they're against, Yeshua HaMashiach. You heard about how they, they swear on the Quran, they curse Yeshua HaMashiach, or you heard stories about them spitting on the cross and things like that. I mean, it kind of makes sense for me the other day. Like, what as time goes on, you hear stories about how, like, the Muslim, religion is eventually going to overtake the U.S. Maybe by by 2040, 2050, something like that. I mean, what if these guys are pushing that? Like, people gonna be beheaded because, look, these guys are, we know what they stand for already. They swear on Allah. You seen what some of these guys do to Christians overseas. So it's only a matter, like, it seems far-fetched. I know it sounds crazy, but it might be only a matter of time, man. These things don't happen overnight. It slowly, happens before your eyes. Because I used to think about Revelation like, damn, people being beheaded, this, that, and third, man. And I just couldn't see it happening here in the U.S. But now that I'm looking at this, you could see, and if you understand this, you could look. It's not far fetched, man. Oh man, it's crazy, man. I mean, Esau, these guys you see the Arabs at the corner store, that's Esau, man. You know, those are Esau too. I mean, you live in the USA, you know what I'm talking about, the bodegas. You know, that's Esau. You know, and another thing too, man. Yo, when I talk about these lodges is everywhere. You know, and you know how this COINTEL thing pro work. And you remember in Chicago when they was having like a lot of gang wars and a lot of, you know, shootings and stuff that was going on over there. You know, that's just not all that just isn't, it wasn't all, you know, just black on black violence and guys just shooting it out. Now that I'm aware of what's going on, that could have been, these lodges moving in and starting conflict, man, to get certain people out. This is what they do. You know, they like, these guys are aligned with Rome. You know, like I showed you, Esau is aligned with Rome, man. You know, they align with the government. You know, that's who gave Herod his power. Oh, man. So like I was saying, man, you see a lot of these gang wars break out. You know, you see guys fighting this and the third, you know. Just like how, you know, I showed you that clip when, you know, when Chief Warhorse was talking about, you know, how the Moors came over on the Sundry Act. And, you know, she was saying that, look, these guys were allowed to rape and pillage and rob, you know, and they had immunity to do it. So what are these guys doing out here today? They got immunity, you know, to do whatever they want to you target individuals, man, you know. You know, because they, like I said, they align with the government, man. Just like how it was way back then, you know, when they came over here. So anyway, man, I just wanted to, you know, get this little video out, man. You know, hopefully this was edifying. You know, it's interesting, man. You know, like I said, man, it's hard to tell who he is, man. You know, his seed is mixed, man. But like I said, once again, you're gonna be able to tell through the spirit, man, and the things that they're doing. You know, look at you know, these child trafficking, you know, underground rings. You know, look at the, you know, the child sacrifice. You heard stories about people drinking blood. You know, well, that's how you gonna be able to tell. You know, so you know, all the strange acts, man. You know, that's how you gonna be able to tell, you know, who they are. So hopefully this was edifying, man. You know.